Hey everybody, how's it going? So, welcome to the reading for the week of September 5th through the 11th. This is premiering, of course, on Sunday at 7:30. It always does. And we do the live chat. So if you'd like to come and chat along, I don't save the chat line so that what we say there stays there. So I would love to have you come and join us for that. And if you will support the channel, of course, by hitting the thumbs up, it's always appreciated. So here we go, and check in with comments because, I know you can't all make it. Wow, we have quite the interesting week ahead of us. So we have Mercury Stationing Retrograde on Friday the 9th, and we have a full moon in Pisces that is happening on Saturday morning at 5:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. So two big events. We also have a third one. We have Venus moving into Virgo, reminding us to take care of our health and bring our life into balance. So overall energy for the week, we have the home. So I just heard home is where the heart is. Okay, so, oh, yes, home is where the heart is. So we have some really interesting things. Usually I pull overall energy cards for the week, and I noticed this time that they seem to really line up with the energy of the moon as it shifted. So we're going to kind of look at it that way, and then we'll get into this 9-card spread that looks amazing with, wow, yeah, okay, amazing. Let's just go with that. All right, so that moon, it starts out this week in Virgo, Capricorn, and it really wants us to get things done. And we have this beautiful 9 of crystals, which is 9 of pentacles. But if you notice, it is a spider who's building a web, drawing and attracting to it what it needs, right? So it's security and abundance. So let's think of this way. A web is a networking, right? It's putting in a foundation. It's creating a thing that allows you to bring and attract into you what you need. So whether this is for your business or a financial thing or a friends group, it is it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's how can you structure things so that when people show up, like at a website, right? Can they find what they need? If they show up for goods or services that you offer, do they get what they need? It's security and abundance. It could be around a family situation, but this feels very much like put it into work in order to create a financially sound way to move forward. It comes with the card, I gather more wisdom every day. So for some of you, this web could be also going back to school, getting more training, getting a mentor, being a mentor, because literally you learn more when you teach. Things that you thought that you knew how to do, and someone asks you and you're like, wait, how is it that I knew that? And you go deeper and it's another level. And I always really love training and teaching because I learned so much more doing the research in order to be like the expert on whatever that is, right? So there's an opportunity here to really work with that. We have here this beautiful leopard. The leopard comes in the middle of the week. It is the 5 of acorns, which in this case, there we go, is the 5 of wands. Look at that. This is problem solving and going the distance. So this is a week where you are going to be creative and you can work collaboratively with others, but this is standing up for yourself and saying, we actually got the card in the middle of the week. If you haven't checked it out, I do readings every day on Facebook, and in the middle of the week during this time frame, my will is strong and I am persistent, or something like that was the card. And this is what the leopard says. And it says here, I am courageous and powerful. Oh, wow, you can't make that up. Oh, my gosh, and look at the picture, a lion on the back. So you step into your power this week, like really step into your power. And we finish off the week with that moon in Pisces where the full moon is. And we have this beautiful little 2 of shells. It's the little turtle doves all snuggled up with each other. And it says union and harmony. And this is harmony within also. The last card that we had this week going out was the panda, which is also harmony. It is bringing into alignment your actions with your desire. So what you really want inside, you take the actions on the outside to manifest it, to bring it in. And this week, you've got at the center here, we have the bear, and the bear says that. The bear says spirit has your back, but it's also standing strong and courageous and going for what you want. So it says here, I'm open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. The Two of Cups. What you put out, energy you put out, will be mirrored back to you. You will receive as you give. So the energy you put out, the balance and the harmony that you maintain within as you put that out, that's how you get this. And you have the security here, the key to the situation. The key to the situation is spirit has your back. And so what you put out into the universe, you're going to receive back, and you're going to receive it back often way more than you put out. So what is it that you want to do and to bring in? So here we go. We've got, where have you been spending your time? We have the boat. In this case, though, the boat is a little ship, it's a little teeny rowboat kind of thing. It's gliding through the rushes in the dark. She's guided by the moonlight. We have that full moon. She's moving slowly, Virgo season. Lots of fireflies around, spirit, but also she's being guided by her intuition, the water, right? The water. And so this is a week where you really want to use your intuition. The High Priestess showed up in the dailies, and so we are really being encouraged to work with our intuition, not to overthink and overanalyze, which is a tendency during Virgo season, because you want to be organized and you want to have it all together. But a lot of times what happens is we can get stuck in trying to make everything perfect. And what's fun, and I say that with a giggle, is that we have Mercury Retrograde going on during Virgo season. And Mercury Retrograde says, hey, you don't have all the information. Hey, your analysis isn't quite right. Hey, you need to use your intuition because the information coming in is muddled. So the best place to get solid information is actually from within, as opposed to what you're collecting from others. Although you want to network, right, and bring that information in the spider, but you want to internalize it and then say, okay, using the energy of the High Priestess, hey, you know what? How do I feel about this? What is my spidey sense about this? So that there is this energy with that full moon in Pisces of needing to complete a cycle, of releasing and letting something go, of saying, okay, that is done. That part of this journey is done. You will reap what you sowed. Back in March of 2019 was when this full moon was seeded. So it's usually 1.5 to 2.5 years. Well, this one was a 2.5-year cycle. We have the scythe. There's some anxiety about actually cutting something loose and letting it go. But that's how you progress forward. If you don't actually clear out some of the reeds, that little boat there can't go forward. And so in order to get clear and to get into more open water of where it is you want to go, you're going to have to cut something out, make some space for it. So if what you're trying to do is bring in balance and harmony into your life, where can you create that space? Where are you doing too much so that you can't do what you want over here? Or where are you in the weeds at the job? You know, where are you wasting your time is what it feels like. So there is a difference between being busy and being productive. So take a look at your life. Where are you being busy but not productive? And how can you streamline that so you're more in flow and you're moving forward? And so some things will need to be cut out and released. I think this is an interesting thing here. The obstacle, the major mountain obstacle to overcome is the star. And the star represents hope. It represents clarity. In Lenormand, it's not really so much about the healing energy. It's about knowing what your dream is. And I don't know about you guys, but this has actually been a struggle for me over the last couple of years, is what exactly is it I want to do, exactly where it is I'm going. And I think part of the process right now is really identifying that. What is it that you want to do? That new moon we just had in Virgo 2 weeks ago was definitely about creating a plan and being willing to over the next few weeks until like the last week of October when we get that new moon eclipse in Scorpio to really launch it out there. So you still have time to decide if you haven't figured out what it is you want. It seems to be an obstacle, not just for me, but for everyone else. So taking the time to kind of assess and figure out what it is that you want to do. Where do you want to go from here? And getting clarity on that, because we had the page of crystals show up for the new moon, and it is a red fox, and this is definitely that energy of working smarter, not harder, being super clever. But the Page of Pentacles is very much focused on the goal and the dream. And then it's followed on Sunday with this harmony of the Ace of Pentacles, of planting that seed, of taking focused action. And so this week, I think getting clarity is the obstacle to overcome. Understanding what it is you want to do. So being willing to cut something out to make space and create space for what you want to do. And maybe there's too much going on that you can't really figure out where you want to go. So start with letting something go that you know you don't want to do. Sometimes that's a lot easier. So how do you transform the situation? This is a week where it really looks like communication with other people is everything. So Mercury is stationing retrograde, making it really difficult. And so I really want to say face-to-face conversations are probably going to be the best. And that is because then we can pick up clues from body language. Do they seem like they understand what they're saying? If you're at work and you're trying to have a conversation with somebody, is it, check in. So did you understand what I said? Can you explain it to me? And then, because people say yes, but ask them to explain it to you, because maybe they really didn't get it, and they won't know that until they try to explain it. And then you can identify where they need a little more guidance and information, because it's not cool to tell somebody something once and then be mad when they don't get it right. That's not how you train. That's not a good plan. It doesn't work with kids. It doesn't really work with your spouse. Definitely doesn't work at work. So it's the I'll tell you, I'll show you, can you show me, can you tell me back? And so it's the mirroring energy. So here we have the birds. They're being companion, flying, chatting, talking. How do you transform the situation? Through communication. Clear communication. And the action to take is to start moving on some project that's going to take time. We have the stork. And the stork, represents like 9 months, which is interesting because we have that Mars thing that's going on. It's going to take a good 7 months while it's in Gemini. And so that's also the energy of air, which the bird is, right? And so it's this communication again. But this is a project that needs to be nurtured and cared for. There's these little children trying to keep up with the mom. And the stork really, again, black and white, are your actions in harmony with your desire, and patience, persistence, and allowing things to develop at the speed they want to. And the speed they want to is divine timing, which means that not necessarily the speed you want at all. Practicing patience seems to be the big thing. So when we come to finances, there's definitely, take a look at what's going on there. When I have the mice show up in the house of what you're thinking about in the future, also the house of abundance. And abundance is finances, but it's also the abundance in any area of your life that you're trying to create something here. When we have the mice show up, the mice means that something is nibbling away at your resources. So resources, time, money, motivation. So what is the resource here? And again, I get this, there's a difference between being busy and being productive. So what is nibbling away at stealing your resources? Do you need to rework your budget? Do you need to rework your time and your schedule? Is there something that you can get someone else to help you with? And it's like she's sitting there pondering something, and the little mice are stealing the food. And so it really feels like, where are you wasting your time more than your money? But it is in the house of money. So take a look at that. in the heart space moving forward, you have the heart card. Oh my God, perfect. Perfect. This totally goes with our little turtle doves here. There is an opportunity to really get on the same page this week with your significant other. Or say you're a single parent with your children regarding the situation around the home, because remember, the home is the overall energy. And so whatever big changes you're making out there, they're affecting the home life. And that's where you're trying to bring the balance in. And there is a chance to really bring in some harmony here. It's going to be through good communication, because the outgoing energy is definitely that of Mercury screwing up the energy. We have the energy here of the whips. But if you can look, somebody is telling the other person, you need to do this. And they're going, no, 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 I can't hear you. And so there is a definite lack of communication at the end of the week here to be paying attention to, and I guarantee it's because Mercury's retrograde, 1. And number 2, on Sunday we have the sun trining Uranus, and so somebody's going to want to make a big change, and the other person's like, I don't think so. And so I do see that there could be a little resistance that comes up with that. And so I think collaboration and working together as a team in the middle of the week, there's a great energy around collaboration. If you can get on the same page before you get to the end of the week, I think then you have a lot less of this. The whips are also about repetitive cycles, and so something coming around again that you've seen before that needs to be addressed now, and you're going to have to find a new way to do it, because if you do it the way you did before, you're going to get the same results. And so looking for a new way to do something a little more creative. And again, we go back to this fox of working smarter, not harder kind of energy. So it's a really powerful week here of wrapping up a cycle on one hand, while Mercury is retrograding on the other, allowing you to rework something. And so I think what is concluding is a cycle of something that you recognize that over the last 2.5 years or so hasn't really gone to plan, hasn't really been the way you wanted it to go. So how can you tweak it? How can you fix it so that it works better moving forward? There's a lot of shifting energy moving forward here. This leopard is asking you to shift into another gear, to go for what you want, that you're passionate about. So maybe when you started out on this, whatever this journey was about 2.5 years ago, you were like trying to do everything by the book. I'm going to try to do it this way, because that would have been, the way you had been viewing that situation. Like, I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to try to. Maybe it was unstructured too, because with it being conjunct Neptune at the time it was seated, like within just a few minutes. Okay, so there's degrees in minutes, and so it could not have gotten a tighter conjunction. Honestly, I think it's like 9 minutes, and there's 30 in a degree. So I mean, it's really a tight conjunction, and to have that going on. At that time, it could have been a vague idea of this dream, of this goal, and it was probably a little unstructured. And so now here's your chance to rework it and create a bigger structure and cut out the parts that don't work, and allow yourself to create a new structure that does work, and allow time to help it develop. It's going to take, like any habit that you've had, anything that you've done long enough becomes habitual, right? Either your routine of your day, or how you eat, or where you go to work, or anything that's habitual, right? It takes time to undo it. So have patience with yourself, and have patience with the process, and have patience with the fact that because Mercury's retrograde, you are understanding that you're suddenly changing directions, that you want to do something different. And so you're going to probably have to repeat to yourself, if it's a habit you're trying to change within yourself, or if it's a system of how the house runs, you're going to have to be very patient and keep talking, and have more of the good communication and less of the barking of orders and expecting things to just fall into place. I feel like that will be met with a great deal of resistance, and that does not promote the harmony that you have an opportunity for here. So, powerful week. I want to wish you luck with that. I want to wish you luck with this full moon. I want to invite you to come on over and check out the daily readings on Facebook that where we really get a little more into the astrology of the day and how to use it. I really get into this full moon on the reading that I did for that. It would be it comes out, I think, on Friday. So check that out. That one was long. And most of them were like 4 minutes. I think that one was like 13. Oh, 13, transition and change. That's cool. All right, so you guys have a great week. Thank you for stopping by, for hitting the thumbs up, for supporting this channel. I love to see you over on Facebook. And you guys take really good care of yourself, all right? And I will see you back here next week, and we'll chat some more. And the videos for this week, for each of the signs, Sun, Moon, and Rising, they're already out. So if you haven't seen those yet, be sure to check those out. You take good care. I'll talk to you soon.